AITA for showing up at my ex's wedding in a pretty dress? My ex and I had a peaceful divorce. We co-parent our 3 children together and there haven't really been many issues. My ex is getting married to Stephanie. I like Stephanie, she has been great with my kids and makes my ex happy. My ex invited me to their wedding and I was happy for him. It was my day with the kids, so it made sense for me to come, was his reasoning. When I arrived at the wedding, Stephanie thanked me for dropping the kids off and brushed me off. We had never had any issues before. I explained that I was going to stay for the reception and she was very upset. I was confused because I assumed she knew I would be in attendance. It turned out she didn't consider that I would actually accept the invitation. I told her that I was invited and since I took the 2-hour drive I would be staying for the entire duration. She didn't like this response. Stephanie asked me to leave and I stood my ground. She went on to complain about my dress upstaging hers. My ex and former mother-in-law helped her to calm down and the wedding shortly began. I thought that was the end of it. But later in private, Stephanie accused me of trying to ruin her special day. She is convinced that I wanted to show off and make the wedding about my divorce. She said it was rude for me not to leave after the bride requested it because it was her special day. I told her that I am not responsible for her insecurities and once again reminded her that I have no interest in stealing my ex back. Edit. The dress is posted on my page and since this is a throwaway I don't remember the random password I typed up. I will also be active on closureseekingex too. Can you show us the dress? After seeing the dress, YTA. That dress is too much for a guest at a wedding. Way too bright, and unless this was a super elegant wedding, too much. I doubt too elegant, as you said barely any dress code was given besides no white. You wore a wedding dress. I don't care if it's red. That is wildly inappropriate. YTAX 1000. ETA. Thanks for the award, kind stranger. I'm intrigued why requests to see a comparable dress are being ignored by OP. YTA, that dress is completely inappropriate. It looks like a wedding dress but in red. And the red is so bright and distracting that it definitely draws attention. Further to this, the bride asked you to leave. Why the hell would you stand your ground on her wedding day? Even if you thought she was being a bit of a dick. Why would you want to upset someone on their day or stay when you're clearly not welcome? You should have been the bigger person and left. YTA, I love when these posts are skewed to be, but I didn't do anything wrong. And then you see the dress and it's literally a red wedding dress. https www.amazon.com/dp/b07t9m5s7g/ref=twisterb07fr31mhv th=1 and psc=1 ETA. This is from her post on her profile. Said it looks like OP deleted the comment where she posted a link to the dress, but you can still see the beginning of the URL link. So, because I'm insane and bored, I searched Amazon for red lacy women's wedding mermaid dress and this matched the same URL. Beginning. https www.amazon.com/seechinjungwomen's-dp/b07t9m5s7g/ref=sr12 Keywords =red plus lacy plus women's plus wedding plus mermaid plus dress and cheat =1,673,036,544 and senior =82. I'd vote EHS because this is a bit much to wear to your ex's wedding, but she also should have just ignored you once you made it clear you weren't leaving. Edit changing to YTA because come on. That's a wedding dress. Question: did you send an RSVP card saying you will attend? Your post is very vague in this regard. Info: what did you wear? Was the dress white, beaded, or particularly bridal? I think we need to see the dress in question. Edit: YTA for sure. Info: a little more detail on the dress complaint please. What color was the dress? Did the invitation have a dress code or color scheme requested? If so, were you in compliance with the request? You wore a red lace wedding dress. Holy hell. YTA. You wore a red lace wedding dress. I saw the Amazon link you posted. It's literally a wedding dress just in red. You knew what you were doing. The listing literally says wedding dress. YTA. This is what Op posted as comparable to dress she wore. https www.amazon.com/chinjungwomen/dp/b07t9m5s7g/ref=sr1 keywords equals red plus lace plus mermaid plus dresses and cheat equals 1,673,035,554 and senior equals 84. Edit: I just saw the picture of the dress. Ha 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 ha. There's no way you didn't know that would be too much for a wedding guest. Especially an ex. Are you kidding me? I was giving you the benefit of the doubt. But now that I just saw a picture of the dress. YTA. You absolutely knew what you were doing. Stop trying to pretend like you didn't. NTA. Personally, I think you should have left. But I don't think you're tough for wearing a pretty dress and not leaving. Reason being, Stephanie had 2 chances before her wedding day to address this. First, she could have made sure you were not sent an invite. Second, she could have rescinded the invite once you RSVP'd. Yes. It's her own fault for waiting until you showed up to deal with this. She ruined her own wedding day. YTA. Check the other comments for what dress it was. You wore a wedding dress to a wedding. I looked at it. It seems like she searched Amazon for red lacy mermaid sweetheart dress. If you type that in, it gives a pretty good idea of the dress. I am leaning toward it being too much for an ex's wedding. Followed by a comment that pinpointed the dress from Amazon as a wedding dress. You are unbelievable and you deserve to be thrown out. You knew what you were doing. And made it red so everyone but her would be confused. After seeing the dress, you are one of the biggest awe on this sub. There is something you're not telling us. You wanted to ruin the wedding in a passive-aggressive way, although that dress was more in your face than passive. Info. What do you mean when you say, a pretty dress? Provisionally I would say not the asshole because you were invited and you say you previously had a reasonable relationship with your ex and his new partner. It was your day with the kids. And presumably you'd be bringing them along and make sure they were looked after during and after the wedding. Drop the kids off and leave isn't something that any reasonable person would infer from a wedding invitation, especially if you received a formal invitation and gave them a formal response. You were invited and had thought you were on amicable terms with your ex and his fiancé. Assuming that your dress was appropriate for a wedding guest. Obviously there was some miscommunication between your ex and his fiancé regarding the invitation. A 4-hour round trip just for you to drop off the kids to see their father getting married seems to be a bit much to put upon you. Edit. Saw the dress posted. Changing this to YTA. That dress was entirely inappropriate to wear as a guest to someone's wedding and the bride was right to call you out on it. Info. Am I missing her description of the dress or not? That would seriously impede judgment. We'll have to see the dress.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.